A janitor in Vermont died with $8 million in his bank account. Meanwhile, a famous NFL quarterback who earned $80 million went bankrupt. Same country, same economy, completely different outcomes. The difference? 7 critical money mistakes. And by the end of this video, you'll know every single one of them. Why this matters now? Before we dive in, let me be clear. This isn't about shaming anyone. The American financial system is designed to make spending easy and saving hard. Credit card companies spend $20 billion a year on marketing. That's not an accident. But here's what a 2023 Federal Reserve study found. The median American household has less than $5,300 in savings. $5,300. That wouldn't cover 3 months of rent in most U.S. cities. So today, we're going to walk through 7 mistakes, backed by real data, real studies, and more importantly, what you can do about each one. If you're watching this with your spouse, your kids, or your parents, good. This is a conversation every American family needs to have. Mistake number 1, treating your home like an ATM. In America, we're taught that buying a home is the ultimate sign of financial success. And look, owning a home can be a great investment. But here's the mistake. Treating your home equity like free money. Between 2020 and 2023, Americans pulled out over $430 billion through home equity lines of credit, HELOCs, and cash-out refinances. That money went to renovations, vacations, new cars. And then interest rates jumped from 3% to 7%. Suddenly, people owed more on their homes than before, at twice the interest rate. A family in Phoenix who refinanced $80,000 at 3% was paying $337 a month. At 7%, that's $532 a month, an extra $2,340 a year, just in interest. Your home is not a piggy bank. It's where your family lives. Robert Kiyosaki said it best. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. If your house is costing you more every month, it's acting like a liability. Mistake number 2, carrying credit card debt like it's normal. Here's a number that should make every American uncomfortable. The average credit card interest rate in the United States right now? 24.7% APR. Let me put that in perspective. If you carry a $6,000 balance, which is the national average, and you only make minimum payments, you'll end up paying over $9,400 in interest alone. It will take you 17 years to pay it off. 17 years for a balance that probably started with a few impulse purchases on Amazon. And yet, total U.S. credit card debt just hit $1.17 trillion. That's trillion with a T. Here's what most people don't realize. Credit card companies are not your friends. The entire business model depends on you carrying a balance. That rewards card giving you 2% cash back, they're charging you 24% interest. That's not a reward. That's a trap. The fix? If you have multiple cards, use the avalanche method. Pay off the highest interest rate first. Or if you need motivation, use the snowball method. Pay off the smallest balance first and build momentum. Either way, stop making minimum payments. That's how they keep you on the treadmill. Now, before we go to mistake number 3, let me ask you something. How many of these have you recognized in your own life so far? Drop a number in the comments. No judgment, just awareness, because awareness is the first step to change. Mistake number 3, ignoring your 401k match. If your employer offers a 401k match and you're not contributing enough to get the full match, you are leaving free money on the table, period. Let's say your company matches 50 cents on the dollar, up to 6% of your salary. You earn $60,000 a year. If you contribute 6%, that's $3,600. Your employer adds $1,800. That's $1,800 in free money every single year. Over 30 years, with average market returns of around 8%, that employer match alone could grow to over $200,000. You didn't save it. You didn't earn it at a second job. It was sitting there, waiting for you to claim it. And here's what's heartbreaking. A 2023 study from AARP found that roughly 1 in 4 eligible employees don't contribute enough to get the full match. That's like your boss handing you a check and you saying, "No thanks, I'm good." If you don't have a 401k through your job, open a Roth IRA. You can contribute up to $7,000 a year, or $8,000 if you're over 50. The money grows tax-free and you pay 0 taxes on withdrawals in retirement. 0. Mistake number 4. Lifestyle inflation, the silent killer. You get a raise. You buy a nicer car. You move to a bigger apartment. You upgrade your phone. Sound familiar? This is lifestyle inflation. And it's the number one reason high earners still feel broke. Your income goes up, but your expenses go up faster. A Career Builder survey found that 1 in 10 Americans earning $100,000 or more still live paycheck to paycheck. Think about that. 6 figures. Still struggling. Here's the formula that changes everything. It's called the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your after-tax income goes to needs. Rent, utilities, groceries. 30% goes to wants. Dining out, entertainment, travel. And 20% goes straight to savings and debt payoff. But here's what most people don't realize. Every time you get a raise, the 20% should go up, not the 30%. If you were surviving on $50,000 last year and now you make $60,000, you don't need to spend that extra $10,000. Save at least half of every raise. That one habit alone can change your retirement by decades. If this is hitting home, do me a favor. Share this video with one person you care about, a parent, a sibling, a friend. Sometimes the people closest to us are making these same mistakes and no one's told them. One share could genuinely change someone's financial future. Mistake number 5. No emergency fund. Here's the scenario. Your car breaks down. The repair is $1,500. You don't have the cash, so you put it on a credit card. At 24% interest, that $1,500 repair becomes $2,300 over 2 years if you're making minimum payments. Now multiply that. The water heater breaks. A medical bill shows up, and in America, the average ER visit costs $2,200 out of pocket, even with insurance. Suddenly, you're drowning, not because you're irresponsible, but because you had no buffer. The Federal Reserve's data shows that 37% of Americans cannot cover a $400 emergency without borrowing or selling something. $400. The goal is simple. Build a $1,000 starter emergency fund as fast as possible. Sell things you don't need. Cut one subscription. Drive for DoorDash on weekends. Once you hit $1,000, build toward 3 to 6 months of expenses. Keep it in a high-yield savings account. Right now, you can get 4.5 to 5% APY at online banks like Marcus, Ally, or Capital One 360. Your emergency fund should be boring. It's not an investment. It's insurance. Mistake number 6. Not understanding how taxes actually work. Most Americans have no idea how tax brackets work, and that misunderstanding costs them thousands. Here's what people think. If I earn more, I'll move into a higher tax bracket and lose money. That's not how it works. The U.S. uses a marginal tax system. Only the income above each threshold gets taxed at the higher rate. Let's say you're a single filer earning $50,000 in 2024. The first $11,600 is taxed at 10%. The next portion up to $47,150 is taxed at 12%. And only the remaining $2,850 is taxed at 22%. Your effective tax rate? About 13.5%. Nowhere near 22%. But here's where the real money mistake happens. Not using tax-advantaged accounts. A traditional 401k contribution reduces your taxable income right now. A health savings account. If you have a high-deductible health plan, lets you contribute $4,150 per year pre-tax, and withdrawals for medical expenses are tax-free. That's a triple tax advantage. And if you're self-employed, you can deduct your home office, your internet, your mileage, your health insurance premiums. The tax code is 7,000 pages long, and it's full of legal deductions most Americans never claim because nobody taught them. Now here's something wild. We've covered 6 mistakes so far, and honestly, any one of them could cost you tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. But mistake number 7? This is the one that quietly costs Americans more than all the others combined. Mistake number 7. Waiting to invest. This is the big one. Procrastination. The most expensive financial mistake in America. Let me show you 2 people. Sarah starts investing $300 a month at age 25 into a simple S&P 500 index fund. She does this for 10 years and then stops completely. Total invested $36,000. Mike waits until age 35 and invests $300 a month for 30 years straight. all the way to 65. Total invested, $108,000. At an average annual return of 10%, Sarah ends up with $1.4 million. Mike, $678,000. Sarah invested 3 times less money and ended up with more than double. That's compound interest. Albert Einstein reportedly called it the 8th wonder of the world. And here's the thing, you don't need to be a stock market genius. A simple S&P 500 index fund through Vanguard, Fidelity, or Schwab has averaged about 10% annually since 1957. Set up automatic contributions. Don't try to time the market. Time in the market beats timing the market. Every single time. If you're 40 and thinking it's too late, it's not. Even 25 years of consistent investing can build serious wealth. But every year you wait costs you. Not hundreds, not thousands. Hundreds of thousands. Let's bring it all together. 7 mistakes that are keeping millions of Americans from building wealth. Number 1, treating your home equity like an ATM. Number 2, normalizing credit card debt at 24% interest. Number 3, ignoring your employer's 401k match. Number 4, letting lifestyle inflation eat every raise. Number 5, having no emergency fund. Number 6, not understanding how taxes and deductions work. And number 7, the biggest one, waiting to invest. Here's your action plan. Tonight, just tonight, do one thing. Check if you're getting your full 401k match. Open a high-yield savings account. Set up a $50 automatic investment. Cancel one subscription you forgot about. One step. That's all it takes to break the cycle. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Financial Planning found that people who automate their savings are 73% more likely to reach their retirement goals. Not because they're smarter, because they removed the decision from the equation. If you found value in this, share it with someone you love. A parent who's approaching retirement. A friend who's struggling with debt. A young person just starting their career. Sometimes one video can change how someone thinks about money for the rest of their life. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. We break down health, wellness, and financial wisdom for people who believe life after 60, or at any age, can be the best chapter yet. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself and take care of your money.